It's the 32 Days of Lingus, coming to you from the Wrestlingus Show. I'm Kev Manning.
I'm Fausti Walnuts.
It's day 12, Wrestlemania 12. We hope we've helped your work weeks as we've gone through. Almost 2 full weeks in the books at this point.
Close out that second week.
You don't know how painful it is for us to watch all these WrestleManias. You think WrestleManias are all great, like you wait for WrestleMania. And then when you sit there and actually watch before it got big, it's bad. So, this one, Fausti, give us a couple facts.
WrestleMania 12 brought to you by Tyco RC Maximum Heat.
Those little helicopters flying around. They're even in the opening.
March 31st, 1996, from the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim in front of 18,853 jam-packed people.
And we had the King and Vince doing this one again, 2 years in a row for them. And this is the first time there was music in all of WrestleMania, folks. It's about time it finally happened. And they still have the same music for the last couple for WrestleMania. So,
you know what else was the first time they did? The free-for-all.
Oh, this isn't Sunday Night Heat?
No,
yet.
It was
not Heat yet.
It was actual free-for-all. And get this, the tag team titles were vacant.
Oh.
And this was determined on the free-for-all. And you're like, Jesus.
You know what?
It couldn't fit on the Mania?
They still haven't learned.
I was going to say, they just
there
did
is
that,
no
they did
difference.
That for WrestleMania 31.
20 years later, there is no difference. Unbelievable.
Here's a difference, though. When we were there and they had it, it was like actual good tag teams, you know, like the Usos, the New Day, Cesaro and Kid.
This is at 31, yeah.
WrestleMania 12 for the vacant tag titles was the Godwins versus the Body Donnas.
Oh, with Sunny over there. The Body Donnas. Oh. All right, folks. The cube screen is back for the entrance. We have pulled out all the stops, folks. We have the
same
cube.
set.
The entrance isn't even a big tube yet. We didn't even go that far. You imagine the meeting when the tube came and go, Vince, we got a fucking idea for you. They go, holy shit, we're knocking the world on its ass. Oh my God. Brett and Sean packaged to start this because this will be the our Iron Man match main event of WrestleMania. I was a big Sean fan.
Me too.
So I was ready for this. I was like, finally.
I remember leading up to this meeting, I dug those packages too.
What you said?
Yes. I also like the video montages they put together.
I love you too, Johnny Cakes.
No, but it was awesome, just like the build-up with Brett's story and Sean's
And it was
story.
always that same guy's voice for the last couple Manias. It was, a boyhood dream. It was the same guy every time with the little music in the background with the little chimes and shit. It starts off a six-man tag, and if the good guys win, or if not, the bad guys lose, either way.
Something like that.
If the good guys win, this will happen. But if the bad guys lose, this will happen too.
Really?
Yoko gets 5 minutes with Jim Cornette.
Yes.
And you had Vader, Bulldog, and Owen going against Jake the Snake. It's first time back since 7.
Yeah.
Ahmed Johnson and Yokozuna.
What a random team.
No shit. Come on, guys. This is modern day the Andre Battle Royal. Let's just get as many people in there as we can. And what's weird is Vader beat Jake. No 5 minutes with him.
No Cornette.
Thank you. Thanks for anyway.
Nice stip.
Exactly. Piper and Goldust promo. Now, if you remember, Piper retired at WrestleMania 3.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Yes. Now, Piper was the president of the WWE at the time. Or F, sorry.
Yeah, WWF.
Yeah. So Backlot Brawl starts in the Hollywood Backlot. And here's what I noticed for the first time. You know how they record it? We know now throughout the years. It was recorded ahead of time.
Yeah, was it like the day before? Or something like that.
That week or something like that, right? And we don't know this until recently because of podcasts, this and that. And here's the funny thing. It's a beautiful day. in Anaheim. But it was soaking wet.
Yes.
Where they were. But what they said...
Well, they were in Hollywood.
Well, here's what they said to counteract it, and I never caught it. They said Piper said he was going to wet down the whole lot. So it was fucked up for them when he got out there. And he had a hose.
Yeah.
So when it was raining, they said, let's bring out a hose. So it looks like you then did wet it down, because if it's not raining that day still, it's going to be off, and we could always insert that. I said, very good. Thank you. I thought I'd slip past you, you child. So they put that old thing in there, and my God, full fucking fledged, I almost said full blown, but you'll giggle. With a Goldust match. Full-fledged punches to the face. Oof. He reared back and punched Goldust in a damn face. I'm like, God.
Easy.
I remember that when he swung the bat at him, and I think he clipped him in the head.
I cringed.
Yeah, I'm like, I felt bad for Goldust. I'm like, this guy's getting punched in the face. I mean, Jesus, easy.
Yeah,
but didn't he tell him to do it?
Too.
Didn't he say, punch me?
Yeah.
Shit like that. It was like, yeah, do it. Go ahead and wail on me. I'm like, oh my God. So I keep trying to see when they go into the arena later, if things are matching up, how Roddy's pants were wet in certain areas.
Yes.
And this motherfucker, a child in this room. So I'm looking to see all the continuity. And it's funny because they left the blood on the Bronco.
Yeah.
And this is, eventually we'll get the OJ chase. For God's sake.
Funny.
Yeah. So they get into a fight, and Piper accidentally gets ran over.
Yeah.
Accidentally. He falls on top of the car, and I'm like, oh, remember they said that was an accident and everything.
Yeah, but it looked like he would...
Piper never had Goldust on his show, did he, before he was dead?
I don't think
That would have
so.
been good, just talking about that.
Was Piper supposed to jump out of the way, I think?
And then they were worried about the dumpster was going toward the executive's car.
Oh, yeah.
It was spinning and spinning. I think a cameraman stopped it. I had my eyes on that. That's interesting to see.
Piper ended up jumping on the hood, and then Goldust had to stop so he could get off, kind of. Like he slammed on the brakes and he went off.
The ringmaster we got in here.
Oh, boy. Well,
No, he was Stone Cold.
Yeah.
He was Stone Cold.
But he didn't have the music yet.
No, he still had the ringmaster music, and he's with DiBiase.
Yeah.
And he had the $1
he
million
did have the
belt.
shaved head, though.
He did. And it was weird because this was like the first time, well, not the first time, but first time you had seen him, like he hadn't gone a year with it. But
Right.
you could tell it was fresh. Mm-hmm. His head was like not as tan. And it was like, wow. You could almost see like the hair where his hairline was. Mm-hmm. And now you see him and you could tell that whole thing is straight gone.
Yeah.
And he was so fair-haired that when you shave that head, it's not the stubble, dark area. It's all solid head.
I thought it was just weird to see him without knee braces on.
Yeah. He looked younger.
Oh,
everything, very youthful. And he went against Savio Vega, who had the Mexican flag on his jacket. The Mexican flag and the United States flag. And I was like, and then I lose my mind for a second. And I go, wait, the Puerto Rican flag isn't green. It's red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
He has the Mexican flag on the front of his jacket with the American flag. I said, okay, Mr. Puerto Rican. First time Austin wore black boots.
Oh,
no
really?
white boots with a star.
Oh, okay.
Because they were showing this happened last week on Superstars, which was probably 12 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
He had the white.
And it wasn't
he had the white boots.
The green trunks
No.
that he wore once.
Yeah.
He's thinking,
That's when he came out to the Brother Love show.
Yeah.
Okay, we had the OJ chase going on.
I like they're like, Vince.
This looks familiar. Thank you. Triple H with Sable on his arm. Mrs. Lesnar. And they said, I saw them whisper to Triple H when he was walking out, and you could actually hear them. And they say, this is where you eat shit and learn to like it. And he goes against the Warrior and loses in 2 minutes.
Oh, man.
And
1 minute
Triple
39.
H and Triple H was undefeated before this match.
He gave him a
Chew
pedigree.
and smile. And he jumped up, right?
He gave him the pedigree.
He jumped up and ran up.
It.
Oh, fuck.
I had to look it up. I'm like, the curtain call was after this.
No.
I'm pretty sure because the curtain call happened in like May. I'll look it up again.
There's no way they did this to him.
I thought for sure this was because of the curtain call.
Yeah, I would think so. There's no way they would punish Triple H like this and have him get killed. An undefeated guy they were going to do that to in a squash? That's pretty bad. If that's the case, that's pretty bad. Jeez, whose Cheerios did he piss in? Mm-hmm. All right. We had Mark Morrow have his interview for the first time in the back, and Pettingill didn't know his name, called him Mark Morrow.
Oh, yeah. See, the curtain call was May 19th, 1996, 2 months later.
Wow. How is that possible? So they just fucked Triple H to fuck him.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice of them.
You're getting too close to these other guys.
Stay away, H. I warn you, stay away. Now, God bless Mark Morrow, because he was that first guaranteed contract.
Right.
Exactly, right? So he got to be done with it, and everybody got guarantees after this. We had Diesel versus The Undertaker. So this was but here was the thing too, is they were on the way out at this point.
Yeah.
They were told, because didn't he told Diesel, I need you to put a couple people over. I want you to put Taker over. He said, no problem. I want you to put Shawn over. No problem. And he said, I want you to put Warrior over. And he said, yeah, but he got to take one first.
Yeah.
And I was like, what does that mean? Take a power bomb or take a loss from him?
Take a loss first.
So, okay, I beat him and then he could beat me. And Warrior refused.
Right.
Unbelievable. So then it was just Taker and Shawn.
Yeah. I remember the
Good friends, better enemies.
I remember the setup from this. Didn't it go back to Rumble where Diesel just flipped off Undertaker?
It was in your house?
Or it was in your house. They were crossing paths and Diesel just flipped him off.
Yeah. Oh, did he as a cross pass?
Yeah, like in the aisleway.
I thought it was Taker standing on top of a cage where he flipped him off. Because then Taker pulled him through the mat.
Right.
Which ended this one, too. This is quite the history lesson.
Whatever.
Piper and Goldust. Here's the thing. Does this count as a continue? Exactly.
A no contest?
It's a no contest.
There's no pin.
There is no winner.
It's very odd how
he just beats him up.
Yeah.
And takes his clothes off.
And kisses him.
So, and he's angry at him.
Yeah. And yet Piper's kissing him. That's what I mean.
It's like fucking a guy in the eye going, I'm going to teach you a lesson, you faggot. Huh? You like it? What? What? You're doing it. Okay. So there's no winner. So the streak continues. 12 manias in a row of either a DQ, a no contest, where there is no winner somehow. Yes, a bullshit ending. All right.
Hastings ending.
And you know, the main event almost could qualify as well, because he misses the super kick and has to do it again. After an hour plus. They had to redo the ending. That is bad. Iron Man match. Oh, what a ride.
Yeah.
Shawn coming down from the rafters as he urinated on top of the...
That's right.
He urinated on top.
Lothario's walking to the ring to his music. And they're like, "Where's Shawn?
Points.
Where's Shawn?"
Yeah,
he gets on the
turnbuckle. On the turnbuckle, the bottom turnbuckle he stood on, not even the middle. Stood on the bottom one, and 2 fingers pointed to the top, and oh my god! And they had Vince run down that fucker too? And
that was the thing.
He do everything they did.
Yeah, so Vince did the
zip line
first.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
And then Shawn practiced it. And then Shawn said his thing is he takes a piss before every match.
Yeah, and he pissed on the asbestos up top.
Marking his territory in the pond.
He's peeing in the pond. You go like this. You start walking around. You walk around the pond. You go, "Why is this spot warm?" And I'd be so sick. I go up there and I'd peel half that asbestos off and go, "I have the spot where he pissed," because I have the Matt plaque after he won.
That's right.
And it was hanging up somewhere. Yeah, it's not in here. I had the Matt plaque where they cut out a piece of the thing and had his signature.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I was like, that was my man. And what I did, I had a dresser set. I wrote down what time the match started, the date. I wrote it on the dresser in marker. I remember that right in the front. I'm like, oh, this is the date it started, and finally got his championship.
And this is when Brett had every right to be pissed off because it went to the time limit. And there was no pins. So Brett's like, all right, no winner. I'm out. He starts to leave. And
it looked like somebody nutted on his face when he's walking to the aisle, right? He had that white spit all over his face.
Right. And then
Gorilla
says, we got to have a winner. Let's start this.
He's like,
keep
F,
it going.
you imagine
Sudden death.
Mania ends like this.
Yeah.
Hey, well, win an
Yeah,
hour.
That's like, fuck it.
They'd
You
be like,
beat me.
but tomorrow on Raw, tune in.
Yeah.
We're going to continue
That's
it.
some WCW
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. In between the Robin Hood match, you'll
Yeah.
see the end of this match.
So Sean ends up winning, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Not too long. Much longer.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
about another 2 minutes in.
that is what happened for Mania 12. And how long was Mania 12, you might ask?
How long was it?
Less than Raw, 2 hours and 47 minutes.
Well, we got the RIP count up a little higher again.
Okay, what do we got?
This year we got Candido, Piper, Mr. Perfect, Ultimate Warrior, Paul Bearer, Gorilla Monsoon, Owen Hart, Bulldog, and Yokozuna.
They all drop like flies, folks. Well, that's it. You can check us out. Go to @RealWrestlingUs on Twitter.
Or LingusMafia.com.
We'll see you tomorrow with more of the 32 days of Lingus. I'm Kev Manning.
I'm Fausti Wanda.